Okay, so anyway, we're going to go on to the next one while I tell my Vegas stories they're not really happening. So, this next Golden Road guava cart, wheat ale with guava and passion fruit. And so they're still in a public place. Let's see, there's a nice wall. It's a green can. It's got like pink and yellows on it, and somebody's at a fruit cart, and there's bicycle riders,
like
and
a
there's
street fair or something.
kind of
Farmers market.
like kind of looks like they're like on a beach setting. There's some palm trees. There's like it probably is. It's probably like Los Angeles Beach. Like there's the walk, like the boardwalk, and the
Man, I was seeing pictures the other day from when I went to the San Diego Comic-Con. The girl I went with, and then subsequently it brought back the memories of when I went to LA, the one time I went there, and we were staying with some friends of hers that were like, just a stone's throw from like Venice Beach and all that, and man, I want to go back there. That place was so fucking pretty.
nice.
Scary as hell as soon as the sun set, but pretty
Really?
during the day. Oh yeah.
Why was it scary as hell? All
Well,
the outsiders.
yeah, well, like we were walking up the beach at sunset, and we got back as it got dark, and there was like some dude walk by looking gang membery, and she didn't notice it, but I sure as hell did it. He was carrying a knife about yay long under his arm, and he looked like he was on a fucking mission.
He wasn't on a mission to kill you, so it shouldn't have been scary.
He was walking with some fucking stabby purpose, though.
Stabby purpose. So this has got a lot of head in Ron's cup.
This looks like about the same color as the last beer, maybe a little more hazy.
It's very hazy compared to the other one, I think.
Was the first one a wheat ale as well?
Yes, the first one was a wheat, I do believe.
So are these just flavor variants of the first one?
Well, yeah, I think they're all kind of just flavor variants.
Like they make one.
They're
wheat-
probably all very
They're all
similar.
carts, right?
Yeah. I don't know if that's like, I feel like, I don't know what all they have. Do they have not carts?
I don't know. I
No,
thought
you
it's
said-
like a series. You know how they have like a series.
Say your-
Right, that's what I was kind of wondering.
Say your friend said they got them out of a pack, so it's possible they're all out of that same series.
They're
This is the
definitely all out
passion
of the
fruit
same-
one.
Yep.
Ew.
I
Are
bet
you
it
not
will
very
be
passionate for fruity
alright.
things?
I haven't had like a passion fruit one that I've liked yet because they're always too sour.
So,
A very light
Smells
flavor.
really good though.
It
on a
is.
sniff, I'm getting a lot of definitely the wheat hit.
I guess
I
I'm
get-
getting
yeah.
citrusy, like a tropical citrusy.
I don't even think I sniffed the first one, so I just went straight to it.
I got a wheat hit. It smells like those rolled gold like pretzel twists, like the honey twists.
To me,
This is good.
to me because of the farmer thing, it smells like when they're cutting wheat and the grain is running into the bin. That wheat dust smell. That's what
Yeah.
I get out of it.
I didn't get that. I just got the tropical fruity smell.
I like it. It's really good.
I can taste a little bit of the wheat in it, but yeah, it's like a tropical flavoring.
I like it.
It's
good.
more flavorful than the other one.
I'm not getting the salt that I got out of the first one,
No salt in it.
and getting more fruity,
Definitely.
That's
like
good.
juicy almost.
I like it.
Yes, it's juicy. I was expecting it to be more sour because every time we've had passion
Passion
fruit,
fruit.
it's been like, because passion fruit sounds like it'd be amazing, but it's always like not that good.
Right. It's got a light sourness to it, but
Did
it's
we-
not overly sour.
Did we used to drink like a strawberry passion fruit Fruitopia back in the day?
bet.
I
I feel like it
I
was a
drank-
fake passion fruit.
I feel like I remember drinking some kind of passion fruit drink like back when we were kids.
Hmm.
Well, like that just seems like a thing that a kid would do because it's passion fruit, so passion and love.
No,
Nah.
doesn't sound
That's
It
what
was
my
strawberry.
Fruitopia. Wonder if they still have that in Canada.
I thought they had them like pretty recently.
I don't know. It's been since like 2019 since I've been to Canada, so.
Canada.
That's funny. Fruitopia. Fruitopia strawberry. Yeah, that says strawberry passion awareness.
Why does that look like packets of like snacks for cats or something?
It does. And it's also it's like a box that has one of those twisty top things on the
Ah.
top.
Is it just
of
like-
It's a
Is it a gummy?
Like a broth box?
yeah, exactly. It's a fucking broth box. If that's a Canada thing, that's how they do their milk.
What are you talking about?
Or maybe like that. I think their milk comes in that and bags.
Weird.
Yeah.
Canadians.
So it was Strawberry Passion Awareness. It looks like it has strawberries and pears in it.
That's exactly what it was.
Ron chugged the beer.
That was good. Again, another refreshing light one. A little bit more fruity.
I like it.
Not quite to the point, because you said strawberry. I'm now thinking about strawberry one. I bet strawberry flavoring added to this would be good, but it's definitely not got that going on.
That's right.
Fruity, refreshing.
Number-wise, I'm going to give it another 375.
I think I'll give that one a 3.5. I like the other one just a slight bit better.
You said 375, Ron?
Yes, ma'am.
3.5 for you. I think I'll give it a 3.5 also.
It's got a bit of a sour note to it.
Just a hint.
Yeah. Slightly. I think the other one did too, though.
It didn't taste too soury to me.
It
had that salt cut the sour flavor.
It had like a sour, like an aftertaste kind of.
A little bit.
A little bit sour. So sour.
I'm digging it. But so anyway, when I went to Vegas, we walked down into the lobby. We were going to go outside, and this lady was like, "Oh, hey," and she was right there in the lobby. So I thought she was affiliated with the hotel, and she's like, "Hey, can I interest you in $200 free to gamble at our hotel?" And I'm like, "Yeah, And Larry's like, "Oh no, it's a timeshare thing." I was like, "I'm not watching no stupid ass timeshare thing." And then so I walked away, and then we were outside walking around, and some dude walked up to us, and he said something about getting a free gift or like free money, and I was like, "Oh, is this like timeshare thing?" Nah, we're cool. And so he walked away, and then this other dude ran up to us. He's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "That's my cousin. He just started this job." He's like, "I just want to make sure he's doing his job right. What kind of gifts did he offer you?" And then we're like, "Oh, like money or right." I was like, money and some other things. And I was like, "We're not interested in a timeshare." He's like, "I'm not trying to sell you anything." I kind of start walking, but Larry follows this dude back into this shop. I was like, "God damn it, like I don't want to do this." And so we walk in there, and he's got this whole book that he's like opening this book, and he's like showing us all these things that he can that he's going to try to give us for free if we watch a timeshare program. He's like, "See, I'm really not trying to sell you guys anything. I'm just trying to offer you guys a free gift." And I was like, "I need to get out of here." And as soon as he said offering us a free gift, I was like, I looked him dead in the eye, and I was like, "Man, I motherfucking hate free gifts." And I turned around and walked away.
Dude, that is like a ridiculous amount of pimping, man. Like, I don't recall that much when I was in Vegas like 4 or 5 years ago. But
it was all the fuck all over.
But goddamn.
And that dude, he was like, he followed me. He ran after me, and he was like, "That was good, but you're cold. That was so cold." I was like, "Yeah, well, no big deal." And I was like, "I do not want to watch your fucking timeshare." He's like, "It's not going to be 2 hours. It's not going to be 3 hours. It's still going to be too fucking long, dude." And I was like, at this point, I wasn't thinking, but I was like, I need to find a bathroom. But there's not going to be any public bathrooms right there on fucking Fremont. All the homeless people would be using them, and they wouldn't want that. So I was going to try to find a bathroom and just walk into it while he was...
Timeshare to take a shit?
No, I did not watch any timeshare bullshit.
Like, I'll tell you what, I'll watch your video as long as I could take a shit. It better be the length of my taking a shit.
No, I didn't have to go to the bathroom. I just wanted to try to find one so he would not follow me in there. And if he did follow me in there, I was going to make it really awkward by pulling my pants down and sitting down. But
you might have liked that.
Right, but it's still at the same time.
I got another free gift for you while your pants are off.
Just be like, "No, thank you." But then he eventually walked away. I can't remember if I had to walk back and get Larry. No, I didn't. I walked around and went into a different street and then walked back around, and then Larry's calling me. He's like, "Hey, where'd you go?" I'm like, "I'm rounding this thing, coming right back around." Fucking totally ignored the dude. It was kind of fun. But I did, that's literally the highlight of my trip. And then, oh, Jesus Christ. So the day that we went with the wedding couple, we were... They had to go stop at their wedding venue, which was really cool because they got married by Elvis, which was really awesome. And then, so they wanted to stop by that wedding venue, and I had a Long Island iced tea that morning. And when we got in the truck with our Uber, he immediately offers. He's like, "Hey, you guys into these Delta 9 THC things?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." So he it was a sealed pack that he sold us. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll take some." He sold it for super cheap. And I took a half of one. I was like, "All right, cool," and we go to the wedding venue, and I'm still buzzed from this Long Island iced tea because I really didn't have anything for breakfast. Well, I probably did, but I was just buzzed from it for whatever reason. And then, like, you know, we go to walk down to the news strip, which absolutely sucked. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm, you know, going to take another half of one of these. And then, like, they just weren't kicking in, so I ended up having, like, 3 of them. And then when we finally got to this building, I was like, we need to go inside. I was, like, super hot, and I looked at my watch, and my heart was, like, beating, like, 175 times a minute. I was like, fuck. And I was like, whew, I was like, it's the heat. I was like, I just got to sit down and get cool. And then, like, I sat down, and it was down to, like, 140. I was like, it should be dropping a lot more than this.
Give yourself a damn heart attack, girl.
Well, the girl that was with me, she was like, she's a nurse, and she was like, is that normal? I was like, no. And she's like, oh. And then she's like, it was like no big deal. And I was like, I think it's just from like walking around out in the heat. It was those goddamn gummies. I fucking knew it. I was like, I had those, and that's what happens when I have a panic attack. My heart will race. And it was racing for fucking ever. We were walking to the stupid I building that Larry wanted to see that never, like, wasn't even open. We walked forever, and I was still, like, at 130 and 140 forever. We went back to the hotel, and I took, like, a 4-hour nap. And at the end of that nap, it was still at 130. And by the time we, like, get ready to go downstairs, it was 115. And I felt great at 115, and that's still way too fucking high. And then I don't
me and my high blood pressure.
I don't remember hardly anything really that night. Like, I remember sitting at Chick-fil-A, like, with everybody yelling. I'm like, is this like really fucking loud in here? And I'm like, it was like really stressing me out. And then I'm eating my Chick-fil-A, and Larry's talking, and I don't hear him. I hear everybody else around me. I was like, I don't know what you're saying, dude. I can't hear you. I'm like, I can hear you. It was like, but I can't hear you. Like, I have no idea what you just fucking said. I can, like, this person over there that's yelling in the corner that sounds like they're inside my ear. I don't fucking know, dude.
Well, you just kind of like cemented my lack of desire to go to Vegas again.
And I was stoned for like 12 hours, and like, it wasn't unpleasant, but it wasn't pleasant. I don't know how to categorize that. It was just like,
well, like the timeshare.
If my heart rate wasn't beating that fast, that would be enjoyable. I'd be like, my heart's not racing, but I still can't hear what you said. Like
the timeshare shit and all that. There ain't nothing there for me.
There wasn't a whole lot of street performers. There was some guys that were doing a bunch of stupid shit, and they were the only ones on the sidewalk begging for money. That particular group of street performers, and then everybody else, like, there was like a few homeless people on the sidewalk they had a sign, but they were not begging for money. And then in all the little circles for the street performers, it was just people that were sitting down in those circles selling made jewelry. Like, this guy was chipping away at some like wood things. He was making some pretty cool looking wood things, but like there was no actual like, hey, this is funny, like, looking like
nobody cosplaying as Spider-Man. And
no, there was none of that. There was
and like chicks who were basically in lingerie with just duct tape over the nipples.
A couple of that. They were spanking me as I was walking by because they asked me if Larry has harassed me. I was like, fuck yeah, he is. So get him. And then, like, they spanked me because they're like, he's not harassing you. And then there was this guy that was wearing that, like, what was that? The Borat swimsuit, the green one.
Yeah.
He was wearing that, and I was like, man, I didn't want to pay $20 to get a picture taken with him, but I thought it'd be really funny to get a picture taken.
I can
with
buy one
him.
of those for $20, and I'll let you take pictures with me for free.
Yeah, well, see, I mean, like, I could do that, and it would be funny, but it'd be funnier because it's like a random dude. Like a stranger
Maybe you
danger.
Just buy one, and you can like ask random dudes to put it on, so you can take a picture.
Oh my god, that would be better than taking a picture of the random stranger.
Like, hey, would you try this on and let me take a picture with you?
That's right.
I am Borat. Welcome to This Is My Country.
Right.
I'm sure there would at least be a couple willing dudes. That would do that.
I mean, half the journey and adventure would be getting to find them, and Ron would be a part of that journey and adventure as well.
I would like to go on that journey.
I will say one thing about the Borat dude. You said it was really hot. I bet at least he was keeping cool.
He probably was. He was an old guy with old white curly hair and a cowboy hat, wearing the Borat thing.
Nice.
That sounds like the glory hole dude almost.
It was really funny.
Was the bod? Was he a big fat dude?
He wasn't a big fat dude, but he didn't have a nice
Tell us honestly,
body.
would you hit it? Would you hit
No,
it?
I would not hit it. He was
$50.
He was gross and dirty looking. Like, I feel like he was able to get a hold of that suit, and he was just out there on the streets, and he may have been homeless.
Like he just found it on the ground somewhere and was like,
it wasn't dirty itself, but just his hands and like his skin, like just like you could see like visible dirt. Like he hadn't bathed in a while. Like
hot.
That's why one of the reasons why I did not want to get my picture taken with him, because I was like, dude, what if he touches me with those grungy ass hands?
You
Probably have him in a sweaty ass crack.
You get like scabies from just touching his hands.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hi,
be like,
and super scabies.
Fucking gross, no. Doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, and it was so hot or whatever, like he'd touch you, and then it would just like incubate on your skin.
It would be hideous.
It's like, sitting down on a hot leather car seat and be like,
yeah.
Peels off.
It'd be so hideous.
Talking about a dude, somebody at work told me that their nipples got burnt, and I was like, are you like cutting holes in your shirts?
How did the nipples get burnt?
He's like, no, I got all the way burnt. It's just more sensitive there. I'm like, okay, well.
So, like, on that topic once, like, way back in the day, I went to a fucking Metallica concert, and I decided not to wear a shirt, which I never not wear a shirt.
Oh, theirs? Huh?
Yours is
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We were waiting on you.
I was drinking.
But, like, at this Metallica concert, like, I got ridiculously sunburnt.
On the nipples?
Dude, you've heard this story before, and I like had to have like I couldn't move, I couldn't lean against anything, and like my nipples were sunburnt, everything was sunburnt, and like the ex's mom was like putting like vitamin E aloe shit on my nipples.
That was when Larry was twisting your nipples.
That was shortly after. That was around the same time.
Ex's mom was doing this to you.
April's mom.
Yeah, because I was just like I swear to God, my skin was like the color of your hair, red. It was like I was Lobster Boy.
That's so funny.
You couldn't put aloe on your own nipples?
I couldn't fucking move my body. It was like everything hurt because it was just that burned. It was like the one time I decided to be a jackass and go around without a shirt. Then I realized, oh yeah, you're fat and hairy. You don't do that.
Sure, Ron.
I feel like
cool story, cool cover, Ron.
He could have just said, no, I don't need aloe on my nipples, but yet
I
she
did. I did.
He's like, I just need aloe on my nipples.
And the thing of it is,
the only place I need.
So that we went to this. There was another concert we went to around the same time. It was either before or after. I remember that one. But Larry was there, and it was at X Fest, and they had one of those like foam pits, and like I was in it, and like it was cold. I was like, man, it's cold. My nipples are hard. And Larry just kept coming up, just like fucking Vulcan death gripping my nipples, and they
were doing it to each other, which I have no idea why.
Subject from getting aloe on your nipples.
No, it's the same subject because he like tweaked my nipples hard enough. My fucking nipples were bleeding.
And see, that's when April's mom put them on his nipples, and so he was not crazy burnt.
That was another time then.
That was another time he let her put.
How many times did you put aloe on your nipples?
Vitamin E oil on his nipples. That was another time.
Well, if you two would do it,
he could fully move. He could move at this point. He's just like, I don't know. I need more. He was trying to get into like issues like, I don't know, just my nipples. I keep getting them injured. Can you help me, Mary?
Now we know Ron's kink.
Right,
like
there
some
you
fucking
go.
pasties over my nips and shit because like just walking and rubbing my t-shirt was just killing me.
Yep.
My poor nippies. My poor nippies.
So he's going to get pasties. I would like to. Ron? Yeah, I feel like.
Ron's going to get pasties and nipple tassels, and then I'm just going to shake them in these two's faces.
Are those like stickers when you put them on? Or are they kind of more like the...
Like the nipple tassels or the pasties?
Pasties would be more like the stickers, and nipple tassels are definitely tassels.
I'm just wondering how cool that would be, like when you pull them off, like how...
Rip?
Yeah, if it's...
I've got a lot of hair, so I'm just going to say owie.
Ron would then go try to get someone to rub vitamin E all over his nipples.
Ready. He's like already got the bottle sitting there.
I got it in the car, girl.
It's like he's got vitamin E oil beside his bed with a bunch of crumpled up Kleenexes, and you think it's because he's jacking off, but really it's just fucking having like old ladies. He's paying old ladies to come over to his house and rub fucking vitamin E oil all over his nipples.
He probably doesn't even have to pay him because they're like, oh yeah, no problem, I'll get off on that because they haven't gotten any in a while, and they're like, you're a young cat.
He targets those old ladies that like their kids are all grown and
old ladies.
Old lady groomer. He's grooming these old ladies that like their kids are all grown and gone, and the grandchildren are off at college and they're all alone and lonely, and he's like, Grandma, will you take care of me? So just rub me right there.
Yeah, like, Mommy.
All I'm going to say is, guys, it's not much longer for you two. I'm going to keep grooming.
I'm not going to fall for it. I already got you figured out. I'm not stupid.
Until she gets Alzheimer's and she's fucked.
Dude, that'd be great.
I'll just keep doing it, and I'll rub his nipples so much that they're gonna be fucking sore, and he's gonna be like, "Stay away!" Ah! And it's gonna.
He'll just have his never-ending supply of oil, and he'll just keep squirting it on there.
Be like lubricating a car engine, but just.
It's gonna be fucking terrible. He's gonna try to get up in the middle of the night to take a shit, and he's gonna fucking fall, break his hip.
And you'll be right there with your dementia brain going, "Here, let me rub the nipple, make it better."
Because she's been groomed.
rubbing the vitamin E oil on his nipples.
I don't know how to do that. Can I do it with nipple foam?
Rubbing the vitamin E oil on his nipples will make his pelvis heal. I'll be thinking that, like, no, I can fix your hip. Just rub more oil on your nipples.